one of a best-of-3 series. TNC looking to fight for an upper bracket slot in the playoffs. Team Trust just looking to get a win before they do leave ESL One Thailand. We'll get into it. A very quick smoke out from the side of Trust. They do have some decent first blood potential, but I do believe this is just going to be for warding out from this Trust side.
Yeah, and they're going to try to secure their mid lane with these rune wards. Maybe find a bonus pickoff. They do have their Tiny taking point. Should be an easy toss back if they find the right target. So, going to be a sneaky play. Going to have to pay off. If they do find that first blood kill, could give them a very nice snowball into that laning phase.
That it could. Just wrapping around here, TNC were doing a similar thing, and now UU is going to run into March and Tim's. Toss is going to be out onto XMP, and they're going to go after the Chen. March is also being body blocked, and it looks like he... Oh, no more body blocks, but they have the orb in. March is going to go down. First blood going to X on the puck. That's a very nice start for the side of Team Trust.
Yeah, it's a really important one for X to find as well. He's going to have a bit of a better start up against that DK. Now, Armel's not going to mind either way, but just chasing for more.
I haven't seen this out of Trust at all from the past games I've seen, but Tim's is probably dead. Yeah, he's gone. I love the aggression from this Radiant side already. And I've got to tell you, John, we have not seen a lot of this from Trust over the past few days. But just this early smoke leading into 2 kills and taking away the bounty runes from TNC, I love what I'm seeing.
It's a fantastic start for Trust, and it plays into a bit of that timing we talked about from draft. When you've got a Tiny, when you've got a Lich, you can play aggressive early, and they are trying to make that work. This level 1 timing of theirs is pretty darn strong. I'd say even level 2 is pretty nice. Once you've got the level in the Frost Shield, it's relatively low committal for the Quap to dive in. So you've got a lot to watch out there, and TNC, it's not the biggest hurt, but still a fantastic start for Trust. You take a look at that mid lane we were talking about. I mean, Armel's going to be playing some gold behind because of that first blood going to X. So X going to have a little bit of extra regen on that puck. And it's still a DK lane in the end. It's not a lane that you're going to lose out on necessarily, but you're not going to be feeling that dominant start because of that little gold injection the puck got earlier on.
Yeah, it's going to be feeling really nice just starting out with that null tally and even the circlet. Just plenty of damage and sustain here on this puck. Then again, though, like Armel should really have no struggle here on the DK. I mean, it's just a DK. They just don't die. So Armel should be just fine to be able to secure his own farm in this mid lane, and we'll see how it all does pan out. But John, the bot lane, it seems, is where the action is going to be. There is a tri lane being run from Trust. Tim's going to run straight into our Tiny, but no toss going to come out yet. He's looking for another, but Tim's is going to leap away. Tim's, it's very unusual to see him going for that level 1 leap, but it is necessary in this matchup.
Yeah, they're not giving any room here, Trust. They're making it difficult to leverage this start for TNC, so with level 1 leap, you're not going to be able to secure range creeps with Yarrow, which makes it a bit trickier. You're not going to have camps to clear out with the big creeps. Really escalate, and that's where the Mirana shines. Just not having those options make it harder, and there's the toss.
Yeah, she has no leaps left. Oh, in fact, she has 1 charge. She's going to commit it and eat a Fairy Fire, but this is such an ugly lane already for TNC. Does mean KP seems to just have to be able to farm himself for a while, as Tim's does end up salving up. If the side of Trust can keep this up, it's going to be a very, very tough time for this Magnus. They are going to give up that tri lane now. XMP, he's going to go up towards that top lane and help out UU.
Yeah, and this top lane for Trust has been going pretty alright. Like, the PA still having a good time farming 4-3, but you're not slowing down this Pango, and that is something the PA isn't so good at. Really, being aggressive in the lane isn't its forte. You can just farm up, play it slow, which means your Pango is going to have some pretty decent timings. Along with Lich, I suppose there's some reach here as well. You've got level 2 in XMP, so you do have that Frost Shield up. If you want to make a dive forward, it's a little bit more presence that gives you, but March is at level 2 now as well, and he does have that lightning creep down, the chain lightning creep, so it's a bit more annoying to trade.
I love the fact that he just found that Harpy creep And it's just such a broken neutral to be able to find as a Chen. Just spam that Arc Lightning every single time, and 140 damage is guaranteed to whoever has to take it. It's a very, very sad predicament if you are against it. And Gabby, he tried to, well, he's actually going to find XMP if he's not careful. But XMP did try to take the creep out. And it's not really going to work out for him. We'll have to just leave it be, and March should be able to continue just spamming away.
Oh yeah, there's a massive creep wave here though, so that's gonna give a good level spike for you. Gonna be a lot, and that's the beauty of the Lich as well. You can pull back, just stack these camps, give that space towards your Pango. That's gonna be a little boost here in the lane, but not gonna be enough to really turn it around. March is already evening it out with a really nice pull, and you're just seeing the power of the Chen. Just really easy to get control in these lanes.
It is. It's the mid lane matchup. Still going as expected, John. Nobody's dying. Armel having a great old time on the DK, just 22 and 4, top of the last hits board. There is absolutely zero struggle right now for Armel. It kind of makes you wonder, do you bother even having your supports rotate in after this DK, or do you just accept the fact that he's not going to die?
I'd say don't even bother. You'd have much more chances of bringing an extra support up top or dragging them back bot for a tri-lane if you are looking for those kills. Otherwise, you might just want to take it slow, wait for your level 6 spikes. If you had 6 up on any of your cores, you might be able to take that DK, but as it is now, you just don't have enough pure damage. So take it slow, secure some side lanes, maybe stack up some creeps as we have been seeing XMP do, but the DK is really just not your target right now.
Chief, who's also been having a very, very good time down at that bot lane on the quad. KB falling extremely low on the mag, but he does have the double ring of regen, so he'll be just fine to heal himself back up passively. But it is going to be a slight problem if this Quap continues to farm this well. Tims, he's trying to harass him out, but it's been such a hard lane for him, especially when Qingfeng can just run at him like this, looking for a toss opportunity. And Tims, he's just been extremely careful now to not get caught out of position.
Yeah, it's a bit of a slower game for Tims. Like, we're not seeing him being as aggressive or really disrupting that lane in terms of creeps. This early presence from Trust has made it difficult. They're trying to fight over the runes, though.
They are. But they're going to be just fine. You do have the bottle on the Quap, so she's naturally going to be able to just jump in and fill that up pretty easily with those bounties. Still, Tims falling very low again to the Avalanche Toss combination of Qingfeng, but won't die quite yet.
Yeah, that does keep the supports tied up on from going from that mid lane. You've got level 6 in both X and Armel. There's the first Dream Coil and the first Dragon Form being popped.
X might be dead. Ooh. He's gone. Armel. I didn't think that last attack was going to be quite enough, but he gets enough, and with that, that's going to be your first kill in that mid lane. A pretty big one here for this DK is you wouldn't really expect to be able to kill the puck like that by yourself, but Armel gets it done.
Yeah, they've forced out the supports down to this mid as well, but you've got Tims and March around to keep watch. They do steal away that Invis rune, so XMP's got a bit of presence. They might go for a play here, but it's a bit crowded in this mid lane.
It is. Team Trust, they're going to start separating now. March. I'll spot out Qingfeng, but can't really lock him down on the Chen. Obviously, March would love to start slowly sieging away at that tier 1 mid tower, as they do have the siege creep already there, but looks like he is just going to leave it be and go back up towards the top lane. Gabby, he's been doing very well up at that top lane on that PA, but not quite as well as the Quap so far, just 2 last hits behind. I think you just want to make sure that Gabby is having the best time possible on this Phantom Assassin.
Yeah, it's still a pretty decent time, and the great thing about this kind of draft from TNC, which we talked about, is the PA doesn't need to go Battle Fury. So you can look at Gabby's build. It's going to be boots into a fast Hood of Defiance to mitigate that early magic damage into the Desolator. So you're going to have a relatively tanky PA with a lot of damage that's going to be flying out as long as KP's around to give him that buff. and it's going to be relatively low committal to jump in as well. So going to be important for Team Trust to not really allow that to happen. We already see a bit of movement into the jungle. You kind of drag your 2 supports up here to slow that pace down, and they're trying to plant some wards, but not really finding anything too much just yet.
No, they are not. This group up from the supports of Team Trust, I mean, they've been kind of roaming across the map for the past minute or so. Looks like they are actually going to make some TPs down bot now, as Armel did show up on the DK with the Dragon Form, but Rolling Thunder not going to connect on Armel. Dream Coil going to be there. Frost Shield out as well. Now the Sonic Wave to be committed, and they do burst him down. It does cost them 5 heroes, but they do get him. But if you're TNC, although you did lose that mid DK, not sure how upset you are about this. It's a lot of free space across the map.
Oh, you're definitely not upset. Look at Gabby. He had, I believe, a triple stack in that other camp, and now it's another stack being taken away. A huge gold injection going to her PA, and this is just what we talked about. KP sticks around that PA, gets the buff off. They farm like crazy. They don't mind playing this one a bit slower here, TNC. Even if they've got this Chen draft, they don't necessarily need to force out these early kills. They just need the early farm, and then they get online once a couple of key items are up.
Funny thing was, even though Armel did die at that bot lane, he was still at the top of the net worth board. Just kind of goes to show how well he was doing on the DK as top lane. Ching Feng going to go in for an avalanche toss, and March is going to be pretty low and should just be guaranteed dead. He does stick charge, now turning back around on Ching Feng, but Frost Shield will keep him safe. That'll be another kill out for our Queen of Pain, being played by Shifu.
Yeah, it's a nice pickup. Again, that's just a sport, and they're making a move on to Tim's.
Dream Coil, they are going to secure that kill. Mel unable to help out whatsoever on the DK. And so Team Trust, they do continue to just get solo pick off with solo pick off, and it's good movement, I suppose. I just still get a little bit concerned about the net worth graph. TNC aren't really dropping.
No, I mean, what they need to do is translate these support kills into more map control. And we did see XMP do the right play. He went up top, he planted a deep obs ward to keep an eye on that farming pattern TNC wants to let go. So this is something Team Trust can now build upon. If they can gank the PA after one of these rotations, that's when the value starts to come in. As it is, you're still seeing a 2k lead here from TNC, and that is not an insignificant amount at 10 minutes in.
The thing is, with their draft, they're not really online yet either. Like, you're kind of just waiting for the Chen army to build up. March, of course, yet to hit level 6. And once you have that up, you've essentially just got a free global mech on the Chen. Of course, Gabby. He's farming quick, but there's going to be a Dream Coil mid lane with the Veil out from X and Gabby. Has he gone too far? He's waiting for the leash. Arrow to fly through, but no, the Sonic Wave's going to be out. Gabby, he's still alive, however, but will finally go down. Now it's onto Armel. This DK, he's tanky, but is he tanky enough? He'll back off behind that tier 1 tower. Looks like he will remain safe for now, but Ching Feng looking for another target. Will get the avalanche onto March with the toss back. And X is going to be able to take that kill. Now Tim's. They do at least get Ching Feng. Doesn't really have Arrow to follow up on somebody else, and that's pretty much going to be it. It's just another great team fight out from Trust.
Yeah, and that is where you really do start to get that value. You find the PA. It was a smoke rotation to mid. You're not getting any objectives, although...
That Tim's just point blank arrowed him, and Gabby jumped in and killed him. This is why you don't give Tim's the Mirana. Who else will just do that?
No, you've got to be so careful as Trust. You just never know when TNC wants to turn around. And just like that, I mean, they found a PA kill, but the net worth still stays the same. It's still the 2k lead here for TNC. Gabby's still going to hit that mark with the Desolator coming up next. He's got the Hood of Defiance already running. So he is a bit tankier on the PA. And after that Deso, I'm fairly certain you're just going to go for that full BKB. Now, Team Trust, they are grouping up for more aggression, though, and they're looking up top.
So they're ready to trade those tier 1 towers, and there is going to be a Dream Coil out onto KP with the toss in onto XMP, and that should be another dead hero. KP going down. They do commit pretty much every ulti apart from the Sonic Wave, which was already on cooldown, but nevertheless, it's into the tier 1 tower. TNC will try to do the exact same thing down at the bot lane. Armel, he needs 5 seconds for that Dragon form, so there is actually going to be time for Team Trust to come back and defend if they so wish.
They could. They don't have their ults up, so it is a little bit dicier, but at the same time, TNC doesn't quite have the numbers down bot. It looks like they might be doing a pincer movement onto mid. A bigger tower to secure. You do have to worry about Gabby. If they show Gabby around, you can bet that there's some form of protection there to keep that PA safe.
Should be. X going in mid again. He has the Dream Coil back up in 10 seconds or so, but Gabby going to jump back in after X, but does not get lucky with any crit. Bot lane, now the group up comes in. KP, he'll commit the RP onto UU, and that should be a guaranteed kill. I love that usage out from KP, just committing the RP onto one hero just for a quick, easy kill on the pos 3, and Armel going to go back up the high ground. Trying to spot out any more enemies, but they are going to lose their obs ward, and that should be enough for TNC.
Yeah, it's
unless Armel sticks around and gets Dream Coiled up. His team is nearby, but they might not have time with that Chain Frost to bounce through, and now the Gaze toss up as well. Armel's still alive with the Hand of God. Now the heal's coming in from March. He will actually survive all the damage. March with the Hand of God and Mech. Just not allowing his DK to die in X. I'm not sure if this is safe. KP? Not the time to go AFK, KP.
Whew. Oh man, TNC, this is why you don't play into that chin. You've got the mech timing up already. You've already hit that level 6 mark earlier. You've got all the sustain coming in and the DK on top. We're not seeing anything like a early vessel up and running just yet in Trust, so this is going to be a constant issue. You might want to wait for that item first, or make use of this Orchid pickup on their Quap. That is an option if they wanted to, but every time Trust comes out, this is one issue. They pop literally every ult they have, even on just one. Now, they don't have long cooldowns. They do have a couple of ults back up and running. They're going to try to get that done again.
Yeah, but they're going to run straight into a Moonlight Shadow. March, going to break the smoke. Do they have a dust? They do. Qingfeng is holding one on the Tiny, but March is going to be safe. We are going to have a bit of a pause here, this time from TNC's into things. But I do agree with the point you were making. They do tend to just throw all their ultimates out at once. Sometimes it has been a little bit unnecessary for them to use certain abilities, but we'll see if it's going to cost them in the future. I'd say probably the most expensive one to use right now is probably the Sonic Wave, if you are just going to casually throw it out. I mean, perhaps you just don't care as much about the Dream Coil Rolling Thunder, because they are just such low cooldowns. They're going to be back up next team fight anyway.
Yeah, I think that's what Press is really just trying to leverage. They know they've got fairly faster uptime on their spells compared to TNC with waiting for the RP, waiting for the Hand of God. These are not short cooldown spells. Still, I mean, that net worth lead from TNC, it keeps building up. We're 8-6, but it's 5k now for TNC. The effect of this Magnus, Woodium Power is just kicking in, and all the space TNC has. Like, we talked about Trust having to invade. They haven't shut down any part of this jungle.
Yeah, things are about to get a lot tougher. Gabby, he just picks up a kill onto UU, but more importantly, his Deso is coming on the courier as we speak. And that's when things get a bit funny. Empower and Desolator on a PA is not something to scoff at. Meanwhile, Armel going to rush into the mid lane where KB is going to connect with an RP onto Qingfeng. The arrow, but it does not connect from Tim's. Now Qingfeng is on the run. X going to go for the Dream Coil, but Armel not giving up. Still Sonic Wave and Chain Frost going to bounce through Tim's. He does manage to leap out though. No, they do kill him off anyway. Still the fight continues. Shifu able to blink out of there. Armel continuing this chase. Gabby gonna blink strike in on the PA, wanting to go on that puck, but nobody is dying. At least for the cause on Team Trust. They do get both supports. TNC, they just go straight after that T1 mid tower.
Damn, TNC, they're really happy with that trade. 2 for 1. They force out the Dream Coil, they force out the Wave. Sure, they don't have RP, but it doesn't matter once you've got Gabby in here who is who is too much to deal with. No lucky crits there, but this is the point where the PA can really start to dance around a lot of these heroes. And you don't even have the BKB yet. Once that's up, then Gabby's really just unstoppable. There are just no answers yet from Team Trust to deal with that spell immunity.
Moonlight Shadow, they might run straight into each other. Ching Feng going to be the first one in, and Armel goes for the stun still. They are going to fight this. There goes your Tiny. Now Shifu, he'll have to blink out. XMP probably going to be left behind here, and it looks like it will be the case. In fact, it's a 4-man Dream Call out from X, but it means nothing. You haven't got the follow-up damage, and I would not stick around if I was Team Trust. X, he will have to orb away. So they'll lose both their supports, but that's going to be it. TNC, satisfied with what they got, are just going to back off.
They're not in a rush. They're still not in a rush to force these fights. They do hold on to the Hand of God. They've got the Dragon form ready, and they just go straight into the pit. There are no wards here from Team Trust. They were just cleared out, and they've still got some decent vision here from TNC to monitor the entrances. So it's not going to be an easy time for Trust to contest this one if they're even aware of this one going on at all.
I mean, I don't think they would contest regardless. I think TNC are just way too strong at the moment. Especially when March has got both those heals up. It makes it so impossible to kill anyone. Still, they are going to go in. Team Trust looking to disengage, but KP looking to continue moving forward for the RP onto UU. There's your Chain Frost bouncing through the Chen creeps, but nobody's dying from TNC. Now Shifu going to jump in. There's a Dream Call out, but he already lost his Pangolier. Tims, he's going to be pushed onto the cliff, but they got the stun off onto Shifu with the Spirit Vessel, and there goes another. X trying to juke them out. The arrow is going to connect out from Tims. And, well, he has a phase shift, but that's all he has left. He's gone. Spirit Vessel going to be out from Tims, and a triple kill out for this Mirana. TNC, they're really starting to steamroll them in this game, number one.
Yeah, they're looking way too good. They increased that lead to 11k. One of the things that you mentioned it with the Chain Frost, but no one's dying to magic because nearly every single one of these cores has a Hood of Defiance, and they have the pipe on top of it. So they've got an insane amount of magic resist and spell shields on TNC's side. And this draft from Trust is just all in on that magic. It's just not enough.
Great little strategy out from TNC, and KP clumsy net going to connect onto Ching Feng. Mel looking for the follow-up, but does get silenced. Still, Gabby just does not care. He'll dive the tier 3 tower for it. Oh, and Gabby's got an Imp Claw, John. So,
beautiful.
Yeah, you can crit on top of the crit.
Yeah, it's just looking way too good. Tims finds a solo kill onto XMP. You actually have a switch out from Gabby. He feels so unthreatened. On the PA, he skips his BKB, goes into the Basher, into the Ags next. So you can see the confidence here from TNC as they jump for more.
Arrow, not going to connect again from Tims. Missed a couple here. It's very unlike Tims on this Mirana. Still, with the Spirit Vessel, he's dealing some decent damage, but they get the Dream Call off. But here comes TNC. March healing him up. Tims still alive. They're trying to burst down the Mirana, and they will finally get him. Can they get Armel? They've got the Spirit Vessel there. KP's waiting. He needs 5 seconds for an RP, but he's not going to have it up in time. He'll have to let Armel die. And it will be a successful engagement out from Team Trust.
Oh, Gabby.
Oh, they keep going. Ching Feng can't really fight this PA at the moment. KP does have the RP, don't forget. X will go for a silence on the backlines, but Gabby is not done. He'll go after XMP now. He actually dies to the Ancients.
That's very fortunate for Team Trust. They're only losing
Gabby's
support,
not
so that's
done.
a silver lining.
UU's getting jumped on right now, but Gabby's just lost his mind here. He's still got the Aegis. KP does get the RP off in time, and that means Shifu will actually be able to blink out. Gabby, are you going to jump back in? He gets a crit onto How dare you? How dare he crits like that?
That is just nasty, and that is why we love PAs, man. That's why the Filipinos love it. Man, it's all skill. Don't you see the skill Gabby's showing us here? Look, more.
Ching Feng gonna go down. Dream Coil is out. Gabby is just out of control here, diving tier 4 towers. He wants to keep going. Is he critting on top of the crit? He's hitting for 1.2k already. KP gonna go in with the shockwave. Gabby back onto XMP. Still with the Aegis. Gets an ultra kill now. Somebody stop this Phantom Assassin. Gabby, he keeps going after X, but there's the Aegis gone. Now he has to be a little bit more careful. In fact, never mind. He wanted to keep going in, but they do silence him up. Trying to get out of there now. KP looking to skewer back. No, he will just walk away. But the stun is there from the dagger. Ching Feng is going to lose his life to Tim's. This Rax is not going to last very long at this rate.
Oh, it's definitely not. Like, Gabby just can't die. He just won't die.
He's got
it's just impossible. He can refresh his skills. Oh boy, it's just silly. They're gonna go for more and Trust. They need to use their cooldowns, their spells, but it's not up.
No, it is not. Stun Armel. He does catch out another, and it is going to be the Pango in the tree line. Now X, just go back to the fountain, so it is not safe. Oh, Gabby's jumping in again, John. He gets another, a double kill out for Gabby.
God.
He's going to dive that fountain soon. He's diving the fountain. He's had enough. Gabby will find a triple kill now. Goes for the ultra kill in the fountain. Do you want a rampage, Gabby? He says, yes, I do. A skewer back from KB, but they don't give him the rampage. Tims will take it away.
No, Tims, that's a poor tax. I mean,
that's
TNC.
a GG, right? It's GG, isn't it? He just died back.
It should be, but they're holding out. They've got their entire top lane, I guess, with the tier 4 stuff. They're not going to stand here much.
KP's still got the LP up.
He's just going to go faster with that.
KP going to pretend like he didn't, make a mistake there, but gets the LP anyway, and they just melt. They just melt. A triple kill for Gabby. 18-1 on this PA. And Team Trust are not calling it. They will sit there silently as TNC does take the Ancient.
Yeah, it took a while, but Trust, they called GG after that.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, it was